All right, guys. What I'm about to say is going to be controversial to some of you. It's probably going to offend some people, but it's what I believe. This is my opinion. Obviously, I'm just one dude, but it's what I believe, and this is my attempt to change some minds. So, as I've said before, especially in recent years, guns aren't like a completely partisan thing where everyone on the right agrees and everyone on the left disagrees. That was by and large the case in the past. That's no longer the case. Left-wing militias and left-wing gun groups and clubs have popped up all over the fucking place, especially in like the last 10 years or so. So, myself, I am pro gun in the context of the situation on the ground here in the United States. What do I mean by that? If I lived in Australia, I would not be pro gun. If I lived in Canada, I would not be pro gun. If I lived in the UK, I would not be pro gun. I am pro gun in the sense that we have a problem here in the United States, especially. And, well, some people believe that you should stand by your ideology no matter what. I understand that, and on some things, I completely agree. But when your ideology directly puts you in a position to where there is an increased likelihood of harm coming to you, you're not doing anyone any favors, including yourself. I am always armed. I believe in responsible gun ownership. I don't go around just fucking threatening to shoot people. But I also believe in common sense legislation that protects people, like extensive background checks, mental health screening, all that good stuff. So the point I'm making here is it's almost always better to be proactive rather than reactive. Be prepared. It's that simple. Lately, I have a lot of concern for my fellow people fighting the good fight here in the United States, trying to make this a better place for everyone. There's a whole lot of attempts to like jail people over protected free speech by the Constitution. The possibility of violence seems to be very high at the moment, regardless of which side you're on. Not equally, though. Again, almost all, not all, but almost all extremist gun violence in the United States is committed by extremist right-wing people. Now, so you might go, that's the problem. We have to solve that problem, and I'm not going to be part of the problem. So there's ought versus is. This is a common like issue. It's like a fallacious way of thinking. You don't think that things should be as they are in the United States, especially. Well, that's what we're talking about right now. So you cling to that and you completely negate the reality that we live in. The chances of guns going away in the United States are very close to zero. Even if you had a left-wing fucking leader in the White House, it's not going to happen. We're at a point now where you can 3D print guns, at least partly. There are more guns than there are people in the United States. It's not going away. Not going to happen. Give that shit up. Well, I mean, you can keep fighting for what you believe in and keep trying to press to have things change. That's good. But in the meantime, let's live in reality. They're everywhere. We're surrounded. Even if there were suddenly, this is a point I make with like drugs and everything and why I believe they should be legalized. Not because I think drugs are good, but because making something illegal does not reduce the demand for that item or drug or whatever we're talking about. All it does is creates an opportunity for black market, for organized crime to pick up the slack and fill that gap in supply. When there was a war on drugs, all it really did was make it to where that where the supply could be like, like reputable people. I mean, maybe you wouldn't consider them reputable, but the point is it could be regulated to a large extent. People wouldn't be dying because drugs were cut with certain shit to save a couple of fucking pennies. Making drugs illegal did not even slow down the problem. In fact, it made it worse. Maybe intentions were good, but it made it worse. Guns are the same. If you were to suddenly like have a rule that like all guns are illegal tomorrow, people would go, they would do whatever they could to hide them. Some would probably go up in arms and fucking like immediately they would be going to war over it. It won't work. It's not going to happen. And again, now we can at least partially 3D print guns. There is no way to stop it. No logical way to stop it, I guess I should say. Like in theory, you could think of things, but there would always be something barring it in reality. It's just not legit. It's not reasonable. So, even if you think that they're a problem, I truly believe that some of the holdouts here on the left should buy a firearm for protection. I'm not affiliated with the NRA or any shit like that. So I don't stand to gain anything. This is just the way I view things. And you can feel free to disagree with me. But things are looking pretty fucking bad. The writing's on the wall, so to speak. Doesn't mean that I'm claiming that there's going to be a fucking civil war breaking out in the next month or something. But there's absolutely nothing immoral about protecting yourself and those you care about. Period. It's that simple. Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. So, a little bit of information. Now you may not agree with everything they say, but sometimes you don't have a whole lot of options. And your best bet is to take a group that stands for mostly what you believe in, because you're probably not going to find an organization if you're looking for help or like a collective approach to this. You're probably not going to find like a group, especially on the left, that agrees with everything you do. Again, this is practicality versus ideology. Now, the most massive organization is the Socialist Rifle Association. There are chapters all over the United States. There's even one in Nashville. Most of the people, well, it depends on where you're watching this from, but at least on outside of massive streaming platforms, you're going to see this on social media, and it's going to be more local. You may even know me. Most of those people are in or around Asheville. So yes, there is a Socialist Rifle Association in the area. You can find Socialist Rifle Association. I think they're on both X and Facebook, and go from there. You can reach out to them, join the group if you're interested, and be prepared. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for your time.